We thought we were having a normal in-store day. We got a cool new G Fuel fridge. We got some stuff. And then I stopped to take like a 5-minute break. And I went to go look. And I was like, crap, we have to film a video now. Because E3's been canceled.
This is a big deal, especially because this was supposed to be the first E3 since what, 2018?
2019.
2019?
Was the last E3. 2020, obviously, they canceled because of COVID.
Right.
Same with 2021. 2022, they did the online version.
Yes,
and they were like, okay, we're going to do a thing. And they were like, but last year when they announced the 2022 that they weren't doing in person, they said, okay, 2023, we're doing the in-person.
Going in person, and apparently not.
They are not going in person. The word from IGN and everybody is that it was canceled because Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo have all pulled out.
To do their own
showcases. Nintendo's next big release is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
That comes out in May before E3.
Yep.
Was set to be.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
We checked that game trailer out, by the way. Whew.
Yeah.
So good.
So I have to say, I'm actually really sad about this.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be the first E3 in person since 2019. This was supposed to be one of those things where you could go and experience the games.
Well, and E3 is just always so much fun to watch.
Right.
Right? You get to see so many cool things there, right? The whole Keanu Reeves, no, you're Gordon. That was an E3 moment. Watching Todd come out to talk about what other stuff Bethesda was going to release a decade later.
Yep.
It's E3. Ubisoft stuff was always good. Also, you brought this up right when we were talking about this, the indie showcases.
Yeah, like where are the indie showcases supposed to be now? If you don't have E3 because the big players pulled out, like, what is this for then? What are we doing here?
And we kind of talked about this the other day too. Is like without the shine on from some of the big players,
the indie developers would not get nearly as much traffic, which is really sad because there are some really cool indie games out there.
There is.
That are continuing to come out, and there's so much passion and then creativity in that community.
Well, and some of these were really good just shows.
Yeah.
Right? Ubisoft always put on a good
I remember
show.
the Titanfall 2
Oh yeah, the Titanfall 2
showcase.
for EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was really cool. I did get to see that.
It was always so much fun to watch. Like it was something that I genuinely look forward to. It was also like, that's kind of the circuit. They go from E3 to PAX.
Right, because that's how they start bringing in
their booths and their stuff up. So
what are they gonna do?
I don't know. And here's the thing: I wonder how much this is going to affect PAX. PAX West, which is PAX Prime, as we will call it here, because it will always be PAX Prime to us. It's been underwhelming.
Well,
the last couple times they did it.
Do you think that this gives PAX Prime the ability to kind of scoop up what's been dropped here and showcase it there?
So here's the funny thing, and the other reason I wonder if this affects PAX Prime is ReedPop is also the organizer and gets paid for E3. And so ReedPop, who organizes PAX and does all the back-end logistics for PAX, they're losing a lot of business here.
Sorry, as a person who has worked a con, I cannot imagine the rush to get deposits back and or, rearrange things, and I'm also wondering how like the loss of trust will go, especially because E3, they're going through these circuits to showcase their wares, and if they get that yanked out from underneath them, no matter who the company is, that's a significant amount of time and money that has been sunk into it, and I don't know many people who would be burned that big and still want to attend and help run that show next year.
Right, and you're running low on publishers too. No word on what EA's status was for it. Ubisoft apparently was flip-flopping on whether they were going to go.
Surprise!
Based apparently on some delays from their one that's supposed to come out this year, which is Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yes.
What?
Sorry, I just got goosebumps.
And obviously with Microsoft and Bethesda merging, no Bethesda thing, because that would have been part of the Microsoft. But without the three console manufacturers, none of them coming.
What is there?
What is there? Not even Chess X.
I
know that's the wrong game industry. Ubicon. Yeah, that's true.
ESA has said that they, simply did not garner the sustained interest necessary to execute it in a way that would showcase the size, strength, and impact of the industry, but that they're still committed to their role in being an advocate for the video game industry.
Do you think that this is the beginning of a death knell for E3?
I think E3's done.
I don't want to say that definitively.
For at least a few years.
It was 4 years straight?
So,
yeah.
2020, 2021, 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
This will be the 4th E3, so I think it's done. And the thing is, and again, we talked about this the other day, with so many people moving to their own stuff, right? Disney does D23, everybody's kind of moving to their own showcases.
Nintendo Direct.
Right.
Yep.
And so with all of that happening, I don't know if doing their own independent showcases is as effective.
Right.
As you get every journalist, every game coverer, every magazine, everybody's covering E3 at the same time. And so you get them all in one spot at the same time. So again, I don't know if there's a benefit, because I'm not in this industry. So I don't know if it's beneficial to them to do their own thing or whether, but it seems to me like it would be beneficial to have that big crescendo, all the eyes, because so many people watch E3.
Huh. I think that this would also lead some credence to seeing a lot of journalists. I know exclusive stories are really important, so maybe that is what they're trying to play into with the singular showcases. I'm not sure how, especially because gaming is such a big piece of my life, video games in particular. Seeing this kind of crumble is kind of scary. It's a little scary.
I'm blown away.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm sad because again, I've really enjoyed this show.
It's cool.
It's fun to watch.
It's an entire production too.
And it's days of just like, oh my God, it's days of, that's what it is to me. It's days of getting hyped.
Yeah, that's true.
About stuff, right? And I've talked about this personally, like, it feels like it's been a really long time since there's a game that I was like, must play day of,
right?
Like super hyped about, and that's because it's so easy to forget what's coming, and it feels like everything's slowing down. GameStop was talking about that in their quarterly filings, where they're like, the games just aren't coming out as fast. Like, they're just not. There's nothing for us to sell.
Is this part of that COVID crunch?
Still, and I think maybe, but I think we're starting to come out of that. But I really do think that the E3 thing specifically is coming down to the publishers and the manufacturers and the studios are all kind of going in 7 directions at once and being like, we're doing our own thing.
And nobody is hurting the cats.
and so they're not coming together for this. And like I said, I think it's bad for the industry.
So, and
I think it's gonna hurt PAX.
Well, absolutely. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because if you're going in all of these different directions, you're choosing basically like to be the spotlight. However, and that will, generate money, whatever, but like if you're not coming together for the greater good of the gaming industry, then like you're gonna lose the gaming industry altogether. Yeah,
I also think some of the publishers and manufacturers were getting a little sick of the like who won and who lost E3.
Right.
Which unfortunately was kind of a thing. And again,
it's not a competition.
I go back to the launch of the Xbox One. It was launch year of Xbox One, because that was an E3 moment when Xbox One came out and they were like, always on, gotta have the Kinect, no loaning your games. And the next day at E3, Sony came out with that, the CEO of Sony going, here's how you loan a Sony game.
Thanks.
PlayStation. I remember that.
Okay,
yes.
That was an E3, they did it at E3, and it blew and everyone was like, oh boy, here we go. And
putting the petty and competitive.
Some of that stuff was fun. And here's the thing, I think it made for a vibrant, fun industry.
Right, absolutely. I would like to see, a gaming industry come out of this that is much healthier and able to do all of the things that we need it to, especially as a content devourer myself. But like, if we kill E3 now, then we're not going to have that platform.
I really think that it's bad that we don't have a platform. I think it's bad for indies. I think it's going to be bad for PAX, because I don't think there's that natural cycle from E3 up to PAX Prime. I think it's bad across the board.
Right.
I don't think this is a good sign. I don't think it's going to make the industry go to crap, but again, I think the indies are going to have a harder time.
Probably going to
Right.
suffer.
So, anyway, E3's canceled. This sucks.
You don't need E3. We have E3 at home.
Well, what's funny is we were going to do this whole watch along and do reacts to all the E3 stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we were planning this months in advance. Like, okay, we're going to do live react on Twitch and YouTube to the E3 announcements.
Yep.
And everything that was going on there was going to be this whole cool thing we were going to do, and now that's not happening.
Dang, guys. What you doing over there?
Dang you, ESA. I mean, really, I mostly blame the publishers for this.
I could see that, yeah.
For just pulling out. Like, they're just like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. That's what we're going to call it for today.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. No E3 for us. All right. Stay tuned here.
Yeah.
Find out more. We'll have more if we hear more stuff.
Once we see these things, we definitely, like, sit down and just start recording, so.
There you go.